A cop insults a black man in a park, unprovoked, then trembles when he learns he's FBI director. Before we start today's story, comment below where you're watching from and hit subscribe if you haven't already. You won't want to miss what's next. Can't read, huh? It says right here, white residents only. That's not you. Go away. Officer Derek Vance doesn't wait. He rips the newspaper from Elijah Carter's hands and throws it in his face. Then he grabs Elijah by the collar and slams him back against the stone bench. 80 people are watching. Some stop what they are doing. A mother quickly covers her little girl's eyes. The little girl is already crying. Derek takes out his handcuffs. Last warning, he yells. Bo stays calm. He lifts his hands slowly. Officer, I'm just waiting for my wife. I don't care if you're waiting for the president himself, he says. Move, or you're going in cuffs. Bo doesn't move. Derek tightens his hold on the metal. He doesn't know it yet, but he just touched the wrong man. The one man he should never have touched. Some mistakes don't give second chances. Stick around. This cop is about to learn the hard way. Some lines you should never pierce. 18 minutes before Officer Derek Vance's life explodes. Elijah Carter is just a man sitting on a bench. That's what Derek thinks when he sees him. Another black man where he doesn't belong. Easy target. Quick fix. Just another day keeping the park clean. Derek has no idea he's about to make the worst mistake of his career. Riverside Family Park. 4:30 on a Saturday afternoon. 80 people are enjoying the golden sunlight. Kids are on swings. Joggers run on paths. Families sit at picnic tables. The grass is green. The flowers bloom. Everything is normal. Everything is peaceful. Elijah Carter walks in wearing a gray vest and slacks. His shoes shine slightly. He's waiting for his wife Vivian and his granddaughter Lila, who are getting ice cream down the street. He sits on a stone bench near the playground. The bench has faded carvings from 1952. Words carved decades ago, white residents only. He opens his newspaper. The headline reads, FBI announces police reform initiative. He doesn't smile at the irony. He just reads. Above him, a security camera swivels. It focuses on his face. Facial recognition activates. 2 seconds later, it recognizes him. Beaumont Mills, FBI Director, Priority Alpha. An alert goes out A. Pierce Federal Networks in Washington, D.C., 200 miles away. Deputy Director Helena Price's phone lights up. She reads it twice, then grabs her office phone. Tactical teams are ready. Director Mills is off duty in Arlington Park. Monitor him closely. Don't engage unless it's critical. 3 black SUVs leave the FBI headquarters. No lights. No sirens. ETA 12 minutes. Arlington. Bo's phone buzzes in his vest pocket. He doesn't check it. He already knows what it says. He felt the vibration and smiled slightly. Patience is part of the plan. 30 meters away, Officer Derek Vance stares at Bo. Every black man knows this look. You don't belong here. Derek keys his radio. Dispatch, VA Price at Memorial Bench, checking it out. Captain Gordon Pierce answers. Your call. Keep it clean. Derek walks toward Bo 20 feet away. Officer Malik Thompson tosses a frisbee with his son. Malik notices Derek approaching someone familiar. Really familiar. Where has he seen him before? His son yells for the frisbee. Ty turns away. Near the swings, Judge Leonard Pierce films his daughter playing. The camera angle is wide. The bench is in the background. He doesn't know it yet, but he's recording everything. Derek stops in front of Bo. His shadow blocks the sun. You need to move now, he says. Elijah looks up. Officer, is there a problem? Derek's hand drops to his handcuffs. Yeah, you're the problem. 17 minutes until Derek learns what happens when you touch the wrong man. He still thinks he is in control. Derek doesn't ease into it. He goes for the throat. This is a family area. You're making people uncomfortable. Move now. Bo keeps his voice calm, the way every black man learns to talk to cops. Officer, I'm just waiting for my wife. I'm not bothering anyone. I don't care who you're waiting for. Derek steps closer. Can't you read? White residents only. Right there on your bench. A young mother nearby watches in alarm. Officer, he's not doing anything, she shouts. Derek spins around. Ma'am, this is police business. Step back. Unless you want to be part of this. She steps back, phone already out. The crowd gathers. Joggers stop mid-run. Parents pull their kids close. Everyone senses it's about to get worse. Derek turns back to Bo. Last warning. Get up or I'll move you. Bo stands slowly, hands visible. Officer, I'm happy to move. Derek grabs the newspaper and rips it in half. He throws both pieces in Bo's face. Pages scatter. The FBI reform headline lands in the dirt. I'm not here for explanations. People like you think you can sit anywhere. Not here. Not today. 80 people are watching now. This is the show. A little girl, maybe 5 years old, starts crying. Mommy, why is he being so mean? Her mother covers her eyes. Too late. Bo raises his hands higher. Officer, I'm not resisting. Derek shoves him hard. Both hands. Elijah stumbles backward but catches himself on the bench. The crowd gasps. Everyone knows the difference between police work and abuse. Captain Gordon Pierce arrives, strolling up like he's done this before. 50s, confident, protected. What's the situation, Vance? Derek doesn't hesitate. Subject refusing to comply. No ID. Suspicious behavior. Bo tries to reason. Captain, I was just sitting on a public bench. I don't care. Roy looks at Derek and nods. Cuff him. Sort it at the station. The crowd erupts. Phones are out. At least 40 people are recording. He didn't do anything wrong. This is wrong. Derek grabs Bo's arm, yanks it behind his back. Hands behind your back. Elijah is already complying. Handcuffs flash. Derek slaps them on tight. Click, click. Bo's wrists are red. Then Derek does something the park will never forget. He puts his hand on Bo's head and shoves him down, forcing him to his knees on the grass. Bo's knees hit the ground. Dirt stains his slacks. Derek plants his knee on Bo's back, pressing down. I should have moved when I told you. 20 meters away, Officer Malik Thompson freezes. His son calls for the frisbee, but Ty stares at the man on the ground. He knows that face. It's important, but he can't place it. His son tugs harder. Ty turns away. Near the swings, Judge Leonard Pierce is still recording. Perfect angle. Clear light. Every detail in 4K. A silver Mercedes slows. Councilman Martin Kane looks out. He sees the cops and a man in cuffs. He rolls down his window. Officers, is everything under control? Roy straightens. Yes, sir. Routine trespassing. Martin sees Elijah on the ground. Something flickers. Recognition maybe. But he pushes it down. Good work. Keep our park safe. The window goes up. Gone. Derek hauls Elijah to his feet and walks him toward the patrol car. The crowd parts, still recording. The little girl breaks free, runs forward. Mommy, is that man bad? Her mother kneels, tears streaming. No, baby. He's not bad. He's not bad at all. Derek shoves Elijah toward the car. Gordon follows. They reach it. Derek yanks the door open, puts his hand on Bo's head, and shoves down hard. Bo's head hits the door frame. Thud. Watch your head, buddy. Derek smirks. Door slams. Bo sits in the back, cuffed, perfectly calm, like waiting for a bus. Gordon climbs in the passenger seat. Derek drives. Any ID on him? Gordon asks. Nothing, Derek says. No wallet. No phone. Suspicious as hell. What they don't know, Bo's phone is in his vest pocket. He felt it. He chose not to mention it. Waiting. Derek drives off. Dispatch, this is Vance. One in custody, heading to the station. Trespassing, disorderly conduct, resisting arrest. The radio crackles. Copy that, Vance. What Derek doesn't hear. The dispatcher hesitated because 3 minutes ago someone called claiming to be FBI asking about Director Mills. She thought it was a prank. Now she's not so sure. The patrol car drives away, leaving witnesses and cameras behind. Evidence is already spreading. Already uploaded. Already viral. 14 minutes left. Derek Vance has no idea his career just ended in that park. No idea federal vehicles are racing toward Arlington. No idea the man in his back seat is about to destroy everything he has ever worked for. Derek is still smiling as he pulls into the station. Still smiling as he opens the back door and yanks Elijah out. Still smiling as he walks him through the front entrance, past the booking desk, past officers who glance and see nothing unusual. Just another arrest, another day. Except it's not. Malik Thompson is still in the park. Body cam recording, phone on the other hand. He's calling everyone he knows in the department, warning them. But he's too late. Derek is already inside. The patrol car smells like old coffee and bad decisions. He can't stop glancing at Bo, calm as a bus rider. It irritates him more than resistance ever could. No ID. No story. No rights to this city. You people always push boundaries. Well, today somebody pushed back, Derek says. Bo speaks quietly. Officer, when we get to the station, check my fingerprints carefully. Very carefully. Derek laughs. Oh, we'll check them. Run every database. When they come back clean, you'll still get trespassing, disorderly conduct, resisting arrest. Your prints won't save you. Bo leans back. Something in his voice should make Derek pause. When those results come back, Officer Vance, you're going to need a union rep and a very good lawyer. Not for me, for yourself. Roy shifts, uncomfortable. Vance, just drive. We'll handle this by the book. The radio crackles. All units, FBI liaison requesting immediate. Gordon turns the volume down. We'll deal with it later. Derek nods. Junior officers always trust their captain. Big mistake. They pull into the station 8 minutes later. Derek opens the back door, yanks Elijah out by his arm. Come on, let's get you processed. The walk through the station is meant to humiliate. Officers glance up, see a black man in cuffs, look away. Routine. Normal. Just another Tuesday. Officer Olivia Blake watches Bo's face. Everything about this feels wrong. She stands. Captain, what's the charge? Roy doesn't slow. Trespassing, resisting, disorderly. Standard booking. Bo is taken to the booking area. Officer Daniel waits with a fingerprint scanner. Let's ID this guy, he says efficiently. Derek uncuffs one wrist but keeps Bo's arm. Daniel presses Bo's fingers on the scanner. Thumb, index, middle, ring, pinky. The computer processes. Everyone waits. Then it beeps. Loud. Urgent. The screen flashes red. Bold letters appear. Match found. Beaumont Mills. FBI Director. Priority Alpha. Notify the Department of Justice immediately. Derek leans in. His face goes white. Captain, that says. Roy moves fast, shoves Derek aside, slams laptop shut. Malfunction. System glitch. The database has been buggy all week. Bo stares at Gordon trying to process. But sir, it specifically says FBI. Roy's voice drops. I said it's a malfunction, Vance. False positive. Backup protocol, manual processing, standard procedure when tech fails. Derek swallows, nods slowly. Yes, sir. But doubt screams in his head. Daniel freezes, staring at the laptop. Captain, Federal protocol requires immediate reporting of Priority Alpha. Roy cuts him off with a look that could stop a charging bull. Officer Daniel, you follow my orders in my station. Clear that alert. Manual processing now. Daniel hesitates 3 seconds. That will haunt him forever. Then he opens the laptop and starts clicking, clearing the alert from the screen. But what nobody knows is that the alert automatically saved to the federal computers the very second it appeared. Every key he pressed, every action he made, and every attempt to hide anything was already recorded. Clearing the screen at the station doesn't erase the federal records. All it does is add "trying to hide federal notifications" to the list of crimes. Olivia is standing about 10 feet away. She doesn't see the exact words on the screen, but she sees Roy's panic. She hears the worried and angry tone in his voice. She watches him slam the laptop shut like he's trying to hide something from the world. It doesn't feel like a simple office problem. This feels bigger, like a big bomb about to go off, ready to explode. Derek walks Elijah toward the holding cells, with Gordon following close behind. They take all of Bo's belongings. But Derek does something he shouldn't. He puts Bo's phone in his pocket instead of putting it in a bag as evidence. That's another rule broken, and Gordon doesn't even notice. They put Elijah in a cell. The walls are gray, the bench is metal, and the bars lock with a final loud click that feels permanent. Elijah sits down calmly, closes his eyes, and starts counting in his head. Outside the cell, Olivia pulls out her phone and starts taking notes. She doesn't know exactly what she witnessed, but she knows it was wrong. She also knows that she might be the only one brave enough to speak up when everything blows up, and it will blow up. Roy thinks he just saved himself by hiding that alert. What he actually did was set up the weapon that could destroy his entire career. Federal computers never forget. Federal logs never lie. 10 minutes until the FBI arrives. Officer Malik Thompson walks into the station 15 minutes after Bo's arrest. He is still thinking about a man at the park who looked familiar. When he sees Derek Vance smiling at the coffee machine like he just won a prize, Malik feels a sudden shock. "Vance, I heard you brought someone in from Riverside," Ty says, grabbing a cup of coffee to cover himself. Derek puffs out his chest proudly. "Yeah, a troublemaker at the memorial bench. The captain and I handled it. He's in the holding cells where he belongs." Ty's blood goes cold. That is exactly where the man had been with his son. Ty checks the booking log for the night shift. He walks to the holding cell and looks through the window. He sees the man sitting there, eyes closed, hands folded, completely calm. Suddenly, every memory hits him all at once. It's FBI Assistant Director Beaumont Mills. 7 years ago, this man had saved Ty's career. Ty remembers everything clearly. Being handcuffed in an interrogation room, a corrupt sergeant forcing him to sign a false confession for evidence he never touched. His career was about to end before it even started. Then, this calm man appeared, wearing an FBI vest, and said 5 words that changed everything. "I'm taking this case now." Mills spent 3 days investigating the situation and found the real culprit. He cleared Ty completely. Before leaving, he said words that Ty carried in his heart for 7 years. "Integrity isn't convenient, Officer Thompson. It's necessary. When you see something wrong, you speak up, even when it costs everything. Remember that." Ty remembered those words for 7 years. And now, that same man is sitting in a cell because Derek and Gordon arrested the FBI director. "Oh my God," Malik whispers, reaching for his off-duty body camera that has been recording everything since the park. He knows he needs backup. He finds Olivia Blake at her desk, looking like she has been waiting for someone to confirm what she suspected all along. "Blake, evidence room. Now." When they are finally alone, Ty doesn't waste time. "That man they arrested? FBI Director Beaumont Mills. My old boss. The man who saved my career 7 years ago." Olivia's eyes go wide. Does Gordon know? Roy saw the fingerprint match and slammed the laptop shut, pretending it malfunctioned. I need Derek's body camera footage. All of it, Ty says urgently. Olivia is already at the computer, pulling up WDE's body camera from the park. What they see makes them feel sick. Derek's aggression. Newspaper ripping. The shove. Elijah was forced to his knees. A little girl crying. Every moment captured in high definition. Derek's voice echoes, "You people always push boundaries." Olivia whispers, "Federal civil rights violation. Multiple counts." Ty checks the system logs. "Olivia, look." Gordon manually dismissed the FBI alert at 4:44. Priority Alpha automatic DOJ notification. Gordon shut it down. Ordered Daniel to clear it. Obstruction of justice. Conspiracy. He knew who Elijah was. Ty opens another folder. It's password protected, but he knows a back door. He opens the Vance Pierce complaints archive. Inside, there are 23 complaint files, all dismissed, all buried by Roy. The first file is from 6 months ago. Julian Freeman was accused of blackmail. Julian cooperated. Derek gets aggressive. The camera shows Derek's hand going to his pocket, then cocaine appears that wasn't there before. Julian screams, "That's not mine." Derek cuffs him, smiling. Notes say Julian spent 8 months in jail before the charges were dropped. He lost his job and lost custody of his daughter. Olivia covers her mouth. Derek planted it. The second file is from 4 months ago. Kesha Washington is outside an elementary school, waiting for her kids. Derek says she's loitering. She explains she's just picking up her children. He cuffs her in front of the school. The children scream. The teachers try to intervene. Notes say her children now have anxiety therapy twice a week, and she lost her custody battle. The third file is Luis Rodriguez, a 38-year-old Latino man, detained because he matched a description. The video shows Luis complying, hands visible. Derek's baton hits him once, twice, 3 times. Luis is cuffed, defenseless. Medical report, ruptured kidney, $47,000 in medical bills, permanent damage. Roy's report says it's justified force. 23 cases. 23 destroyed lives. All buried. This is systematic, Olivia says, shaking. Roy trained Derek, protected him, and built a culture of abuse. Ty checks something else. Olivia, look at the cameras. Every camera has a small red light. Those aren't our indicators. Ours show green. Ty pulls up the access logs. Someone accessed their cameras remotely. Federal level. Activated at 2:30 this afternoon. 2 hours before Elijah was arrested. Everything clicks into place. Olivia whispers, "This was a trap." Elijah knew the FBI had been watching everything. Ty checks timestamps. The FBI has been inside their system for hours. They have seen everything. Gordon suppressing alerts, Derek's violations, and what is happening right now. What do we do? Olivia asks. Ty pulls out a USB drive. Copy everything. Document every case, every victim. When this blows up, Gordon will bury what he can. We need backups. He hands Olivia a second drive. You take one, I take one. Insurance. Ty thinks of Bo's words in his head. Integrity isn't convenient. It's necessary. The files finish copying. Ty checks dispatch. 6 missed calls from Federal Priority Liaison. All ignored by Roy. Olivia looks at the monitors. The red lights are still on. They're not calling anymore. They're watching. Waiting. Ty slips the USB next to his body camera. Gordon thinks he's covering up. He's actually adding more evidence. Footsteps outside. Both freeze. They pass by. We can't stop this, Olivia whispers. Ty shakes his head. No, but we can be on the right side when it hits. They leave separately. Ty walks past Bo's cell. Elijah opens his eyes and nods slightly. Ty nods back, touches his pocket, and walks away. 8 minutes until the FBI arrives. Derek and Gordon still think they have won. Washington, D.C., FBI headquarters. Deputy Director Helena Price's phone lights up with an alert that makes her drop her coffee. She reads words that shouldn't be possible. Director Mills flagged in custody. Arlington PD alert suppressed by local authority. She jumps into action, grabbing her phone and computer. If someone arrested the FBI director and tried to hide it, this is a huge federal problem. Camera feeds load. Elijah is sitting calmly in the holding cell, like waiting for a bus, instead of being locked up by cops who have no idea what they have done. Helena dials the Attorney General. Sir, we have a situation. Director Mills is in custody at Arlington PD, off-duty arrest. They suppressed federal alerts. We need to move. Silence. Then the AG speaks, cold and precise. Mobilize the tactical team. Full team. Quiet approach. No sirens, no lights. I want them to see federal vehicles and know it's over. How fast can you get there? Helena moves immediately. 12 minutes. Then go. Extraction authorized. If Mills is in danger, pull him out. If not, let it play out how he wants. 3 black SUVs leave FBI headquarters 4 minutes later. Engines quiet, lights dark. 2 U.S. Marshal vehicles join at the Arlington border. Together, they move like sharks, representing federal authority about to crush a small station that arrested the wrong man. Helena is in the lead. She calls Arlington PD. A cheerful receptionist answers. Arlington Police Department, how may I help? Connect me to Captain Gordon Pierce. Federal emergency. Cheerfulness disappears. Ma'am, Captain Pierce is in an interview and cannot. This is not a request. Connect me now or federal agents will be at your desk, charging you with obstruction. Transfer me now. Click. Hold. Click. Roy's voice, irritated. Captain Pierce, what is this about? Helena doesn't ease in. Captain Pierce, FBI Deputy Director Helena Price. You have FBI Director Beaumont Mills in custody. You arrested a federal official, suppressed priority alpha alerts. You have 8 minutes to release him, or I arrive with 40 agents and end your career. Understand? Roy panics. There's been a misunderstanding. We arrested a suspect for trespassing. The system, it identified him at 4:44 and you suppressed the alert. We have the logs. We have everything. 7 minutes. Clock ticking. Roy's voice was desperate. If we release him, it looks like we knew. You did know. You saw the screen. Slammed the laptop. Daniel witnessed it. Vance witnessed it. The server logged it. You knew exactly who he was. 6 minutes. Use them wisely, Helena says. She hangs up. Gordon stares at the dead phone. Councilman Martin Kane walks in, face pale. He was listening at the door. Roy, was that FBI about the man in holding? If you're enjoying this story, make sure to subscribe and share your favorite part in the comments below. And don't forget to drop a heart to show your support. Roy's eyes accept defeat. That man they arrested is the FBI director. Federal agents are 6 minutes away. Martin drops into a chair. You knew when. Fingerprint scanner. Priority alpha. I thought I could. You thought you could hide it? Arrest the FBI director and nobody would notice. Martin finishes. 10 seconds of silence. What do we do? Martin asks. Gordon stares at nothing. If we release him, we admit we knew. If we keep him and the FBI comes, it's worse. Martin leans forward. Can we make a deal? Explain it was a mistake in 5 minutes. They don't want deals. They want us in handcuffs. Outside, 3 SUVs are 4 minutes away. Helena watches live feeds. Gordon and Martin panic while Elijah sits calmly. 4 minutes until everything ends. Gordon and Martin don't know the countdown already hit 0 when they cuffed the wrong man. Roy and Martin sprint to the holding cell like the building is on fire. Derek has never seen his captain look this terrified, desperate, like everything is about to fall apart. "What's happening?" Derek asks. Gordon doesn't answer. He yanks Elijah from the cell. No explanation, just panic that makes Derek's stomach drop because captains don't panic unless something went very, very wrong. They throw Elijah into the interrogation chair. Elijah sits calmly, hands cuffed in front now. A small mercy Gordon gave because he's trying to calm things down. Roy sits a Pierce from Bo, trying to sound official. "Sir, there's been confusion about identity. If you cooperate, we can resolve this quickly." Bo looks at Gordon with eyes that know exactly how this ends. "Cooperate? I've been cooperative for 57 minutes while you violated my rights, suppressed federal alerts, and committed crimes that will destroy you." Derek goes white, losing all color. Martin steps forward with his politician voice. "Gentlemen, let's take a breath. I'm sure we can reach an understanding." Bo's eyes shift to Martin. The councilman's charm dies instantly. "Councilman Kane, city meetings. You asked 17 questions about FBI resources over 8 months. I answered everything. You smiled, thinking you were careful. I was investigating you." Martin goes pale. "I wasn't just answering questions. I was watching you. 89 million in fake contracts, wire fraud, money laundering, racketeering, all of it. I know everything you tried to hide. Every meeting, every smile, every question, every note, they were watching everything." It was very quiet in the room except for Martin's heavy breathing. It sounded like he was struggling to breathe, like he was drowning. His chest moved up and down fast, and he looked scared. Gordon was begging now, hands together like he was praying. "Please," he said, "we can make this go away. No trouble, just sign a paper, and everyone walks away." Bo laughed, but it was not a friendly laugh. It was cold and scary, like ice. "Make it go away," he said. "Do you think you can erase what's already been seen? There are 47 cameras in this room. 80 people watched everything. It was even sent to the FBI headquarters. You can't hide federal crimes just because you are scared now." Derek tried to speak. His voice was shaking. "You're really FBI?" Elijah stood tall, even with the handcuffs on. He looked calm but very strong. "Yes, I am," he said. "In 6 minutes, Officer Vance, you will wish you had asked my name before touching me. In 7 minutes, you will wish you had chosen a different career. In 8 minutes, you will hear sirens. And in 9 minutes, you will be wearing these handcuffs, and there is nothing you can do to stop it." Derek's knees buckled, and he had to hold the wall so he wouldn't fall. Gordon tried again, voice shaking. "We didn't know. We didn't know who you were." Bo's voice was sharp like a blade. "Yes, you did know. At 4:44, your screen said to the FBI director. You slammed the laptop shut. Daniel saw it. Vance saw it. The server logged it. You knew exactly who I was and you arrested me anyway. That's not ignorance. That's a conspiracy. That is breaking the law. Big, serious law." Martin tried to grab his phone, shaking so badly that he almost dropped it. He looked at the screen. "No signal," it said. His hands were trembling. Elijah watched Martin struggle, almost like he felt sorry for him. They looked around, hoping maybe a judge or a connection could save them, but there was nothing. They tried to bury justice, to hide the truth. But Elijah said, "Justice doesn't stay buried. It explodes." Then they all heard it. The sound of sirens. They were far away at first, but getting closer very fast. Gordon ran to the window. What he saw made him grab the frame so he could stay standing. 3 black SUVs and 2 U.S. Marshal vehicles were pulling into the parking lot with perfect timing. Derek whispered, "Captain, what do we do?" The door to the interrogation room exploded open with a bang that sounded like judgment itself. Deputy Director Helena Price walked in, followed by 6 FBI agents. They were wearing tactical vests and carrying guns. Her voice was icy and sharp. Nobody move, she said. Roy and Derek ran down the hallway toward the holding cell like the building was on fire. They had never seen their captain, Elijah Carter, this scared. The agents grabbed Elijah and dragged him into the interrogation room. They threw him into a metal chair, and it scraped hard against the concrete floor. Elijah just sat calmly, even with handcuffs now in front of him. Roy tried to sound important, trying to be in charge. Sir, there's been confusion about your identity. Cooperate with us, and we can fix this quickly. Everyone will be satisfied. But Elijah ignored him. I've been cooperative for 57 minutes while you broke the law, ignored federal alerts, and committed felonies. Your careers are over, but yours aren't just over. They'll end with you in handcuffs and in jail. Derek went white and almost fell backward. He had to hold the wall. Martin, with his practiced politician voice, tried to calm things down. Let's all take a breath. I'm certain we can reach an understanding that benefits everyone. Bo looked at him like he was a sniper aiming at a target. Councilman Kane, he said, I remember every one of the 17 meetings you attended over the past 8 months. You asked very specific questions about FBI resources. I answered every one. You smiled, and I thought you were being careful, but I was investigating you the whole time. Your $89 million in fake contracts, wire fraud, money laundering, racketeering. I know everything. Every smile, every question you asked, I documented it. I can tell you exactly what I know. The room went completely silent, except for Martin's breathing, which sounded like he was drowning. Gordon begged again, hands together. Please, we can make this disappear. No charges. Just sign a paper. Everyone walks away. Bo laughed, a cold, scary laugh. This was all documented. 47 cameras, 80 witnesses, and it was streamed live to the FBI headquarters. Deputy Director Helena Price has been watching your every move for the past hour. You cannot erase federal crimes just because you are finally scared. Derek's voice came out broken. You're really FBI? Elijah stood, handcuffs on, and he completely owned the room. Yes. In 6 minutes, Officer Vance, you will wish you had asked my name before touching me. In 7 minutes, you will wish you had chosen a different career. In 8 minutes, sirens will come. In 9 minutes, you will be wearing these handcuffs, and nothing you do will stop it. Derek's knees buckled, and he slid down the wall. Gordon tried one last time. We didn't know if we knew your position. Bo's voice cut like a guillotine. Yes, you did know. At 4:44, your screen said to the FBI director. You slammed the laptop. Daniel saw it. Vance saw it. The server logged it. You knew exactly who I was and arrested me anyway. That is not ignorance. That is a federal conspiracy. Martin fumbled for his phone, shaking. No signal. Elijah watched Martin panic. Judges, connections, favors, none of them could help now. They tried to bury justice, but Elijah said, justice doesn't bury. It explodes. Then came the sirens. Vehicles were getting closer. Gordon ran to the small window and looked out. What he saw made his legs give out completely. He had to hold the frame to stay standing. 3 black FBI SUVs, 2 U.S. Marshal vehicles, all coming in with military precision. Derek whispered, Captain, what do we do? Roy couldn't answer. They couldn't move. They just froze. The door exploded open again. Deputy Director Helena Price came in with 6 FBI agents. Nobody moves, she said. They quickly unlocked Bo's handcuffs with a click that sounded like freedom arriving on time. Director Mills, are you injured? Helena asked, voice professional but kind. Elijah held up his wrists. The metal had left red marks that were starting to turn dark, but they would heal. I'll be fine, he said, calm. Roy, Derek, and Martin froze against the wall like criminals waiting for punishment. Roy's face suddenly showed a little hope, a glimmer, like maybe a rescue boat had arrived. Helena told them, save every word for your attorney. You will need them. She turned back to Bo. Your wife is waiting outside. She's very worried. Take whatever time you need, and we'll handle the processing from here. Bo nodded and left, keeping his phone and wallet. Derek quickly pulled Bo's phone from his pocket, shaking hands. Elijah held it calmly. Everyone in the room knew keeping it was just another violation in a long list that would ruin them if noticed. Officers stopped and watched Elijah pass. He was the FBI director, and now federal agents were everywhere. His walk said power, control, and judgment. Malik Thompson and Olivia Blake stood near the reception. When Elijah passed, Malik gave a tiny nod that said, "I did the right thing." Elijah returned it with a nod and kept walking towards sunlight and freedom. Outside, Claire Mills ran from their car and hugged Elijah tightly. "Are you okay?" she asked, voice trembling. Elijah held her tight. "I'm fine. Everything went exactly as planned." Claire pulled back, worried about changing to exasperation. "This isn't over, is it?" Elijah glanced at the station, where federal agents were moving through windows like they owned it. "No, not even close." In the car, Elijah checked his phone. Helena's text said, "Package delivered. Green light." He typed back, "Green light. Execute Phase 4. Inside the station, Gordon stared at his computer screen. A notification popped up, FBI remote access active. They had been watching everything for 6 hours, 23 minutes. Derek's hands wouldn't stop shaking. They hadn't escaped. They had walked deeper into the trap. 45 minutes later, Elijah returned to Arlington PD wearing a Navy suit with his FBI badge clipped to his belt. Officers stepped back as he walked by like he was judging itself. Helena Price met him at the entrance. They went to the director's conference room. Attorney General Julian Whitaker was there, ready to handle this personally. "We are not here to negotiate," Whitaker said. "We are here to show you what you have done and what happens next." Bo sat A. Pierce from Derek, Roy, and Martin. Helena connected her laptop to the wall screen. Riverside Park appeared on the screen from many angles. The time said 4:30 p.m. The first video showed Derek approaching Elijah aggressively, ripping a newspaper and throwing it in his face. 80 witnesses gasped. A 5-year-old cried and asked her mother why the policeman was being so mean. The audio was clear. Bo's face was recognized by AI at 4:23 p.m. Helena continued, "Beaumont Mills, FBI director, notified the Department of Justice 11 minutes before Officer Vance made contact. Captain Pierce manually stopped the alert, told Daniel to clear it, and said it was a system malfunction. That is obstruction of justice, conspiracy, and federal felonies." Derek trembled violently. "I didn't know. The captain said it was a glitch. I was following orders." Bo's voice cut like a blade. "You saw the screen, Vance. You had a choice. You could question the false explanation or follow the order blindly. You chose corruption over courage. That choice costs 11 years in prison." Helena brought up a spreadsheet. Martin made a sound like he was in pain. 18 months of investigation. 273 documented incidents. 89 complaints buried by Captain Pierce. Racial profiling 340% above national average. It was an organized abuse of power. Julian Whitaker's voice became more personal. "Numbers don't show human pain. Let's see the people hurt by your actions." For people entered, Julian Freeman, Kesha Washington, Luis Rodriguez, and James Murphy. Derek went completely white when he saw Julian. Bo said with precision, "Officer Vance, do you remember Julian Freeman?" Julian stepped forward. His voice shook. He had held anger and pain for 8 months. "You put drugs in my car even though they weren't mine." I screamed, "These aren't mine." Vance looked me in the eyes while I begged him to check the traffic cameras. I told him I had a 9-year-old daughter who needed me at home. And you smiled. You actually smiled while ruining my whole life just to make your work report look better. Because of you, I went to jail for 8 months. I lost my job as a senior accountant. I lost custody of my daughter in the divorce that followed. All because you wanted a number on your report to make yourself look good. WDE can't look at him. He just stares at the table while we list all the terrible things he did. Kesha goes next. Her tears run down her cheeks, but her voice is steady. You handcuffed me in front of my children at their elementary school. Teachers, classmates, everyone saw it. My daughter was 6 years old when she watched you arrest her mother for nothing, just for existing while black near a school. She's 8 now. She has nightmares 3 times a week and goes to therapy twice a week for anxiety. You scared a 6-year-old child just to get another arrest on your record. Louise lifts his shirt and shows a scar pierce his stomach. His kidney was hurt when Vance hit him with a baton while he was handcuffed. He couldn't defend himself. Medical bills were $47,000, and they ruined his family. He has permanent damage and can't work in construction anymore. He can't take care of his kids like he used to. Captain Pierce wrote a report saying the force was justified, even though body camera video shows he never resisted, never fought back, and never gave a reason except being Latino in Vance's area. James Murphy, wearing his Purple Heart jacket, speaks last. He fought in wars for this country, earned medals, and came home with a limp. You called him trash and threw him in a cell for 36 hours with no charges, no explanation, no respect for his service, his sacrifice, or even basic human dignity. He was treated like garbage because Captain Pierce made a culture where being cruel was not only allowed but encouraged and rewarded. Whitaker lets all their words hang heavy in the room. These 4 people represent 23 victims we've found so far. 23 lives ruined, families hurt, futures stolen, children traumatized, all because of Pierce, Kane's bribes, and Vance's willingness to follow illegal orders without question. Helena shows the last piece of proof. An email from Gordon to Derek, 6 months old. The words are shocking. Gordon closes his eyes. Handle the black ones rough. Arrest quotas matter more than complaints. Target high crime areas and make visible examples. I'll handle any problems. Bose's voice is cold and flat. That email alone shows both of them broke the law. That one email can end their careers and their freedom. Whitaker stands tall. Officer Derek Vance, you are under arrest for taking away people's rights, breaking the law while being a police officer, changing evidence, false imprisonment, and hurting people. Captain Gordon Pierce, you are under arrest for stopping justice, helping break people's rights, abusing power, and being corrupt. Councilman Martin Kane, you are under arrest for taking bribes, laundering money, wire fraud, and stopping justice. United States Marshals arrest them immediately. They move fast and handcuff them. The same sound Elijah heard before, but this time it means justice is happening. Consequences are coming for those who thought they could not be touched. Derek cries as the metal handcuffs bite his skin. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I was just following orders. Julian's voice cuts through. Sorry, don't give me back 8 months. It doesn't fix my daughter's trust. It doesn't undo the permanent damage you caused because you couldn't say no to illegal orders. Roy is silent while they cuff him, staring at nothing, accepting that he has lost. Martin tries to fight. I have immunity. I'm an elected official. Whitaker's voice is ice. Being elected doesn't put you above federal law. You'll learn that in federal prison for 23 years. They are taken away in handcuffs while every officer watches in stunned silence, seeing the end of an era and not knowing what happens next. Outside, 80 people are at the park with cameras, and half of Arlington is watching. When they see B standing free with his badge visible while Derek, Roy, and Martin are taken away in federal chains, applause begins. First quiet, then louder, until it becomes thunderous. Emma, 5 years old, is on her mom's shoulders. She sees B and shouts, "Mommy, look, the nice man from the bench. He's okay. The mean policeman didn't win." Her mother cries, "Yes, baby. The nice man is safe. Those bad policemen are going away for a very long time because what they did was wrong." Julian, Kesha, Luis, and James stand with Elijah as cameras record everything. A reporter asks, "Director Mills, what does this tell police about accountability?" Bose's voice is strong. Power without accountability is tyranny. Today, accountability won. Justice arrived. But it shouldn't take 23 destroyed lives and an FBI director in handcuffs for the system to notice. That has to change everywhere. Make accountability automatic, not rare. Film everything. Speak up when you see bad behavior. Expect better. A badge doesn't make someone right. Only their actions, integrity, and willingness to serve people matter. The crowd claps for Bo, Julian, Kesha, Luis, and James. For every victim finally heard, believed, and cleared. The federal transport doors close on Derek, Roy, and Martin with metal clanging. Justice has been served. Elijah doesn't smile because this isn't about winning or revenge. It's about a broken system fixing itself one arrest at a time. Cameras keep rolling. Witnesses keep watching. Evidence stands. Justice is done in full public view. After the arrests, the Arlington Police Department is silent, waiting to see if the walls they built will hold or fall. Elijah Carter stands in the lobby with Helena Price, every officer watching, wondering what happens next because their leaders just got arrested. Bo's voice cuts through. This department has a choice. Keep the lies, complaints buried, and abuse, or rebuild with integrity. Federal oversight is coming either way. You can embrace accountability or fight it. A senior officer steps forward, ashamed. Director Mills, some of us tried reporting Vance and Pierce, but complaints disappeared. We were told to stop causing problems. Elijah nods. I know. We found 17 buried complaints from officers here about Vance's force and Pierce protecting him. 17 times people tried to do the right thing, and the system crushed them. That ends today. Helena steps forward with federal authority. Oversight starts immediately. 24 months minimum. New training, new accountability, new leadership. This department will rebuild from the ground up. Bo finds Officer Malik Thompson at the back. Officer Thompson steps forward, heart pounding. 7 years on the force, 32 years old, never led more than a patrol shift. Elijah says, 7 years ago, I pulled you from an interrogation where a corrupt sergeant tried to destroy your career. I saw integrity that couldn't be broken. Today, you proved I was right. You recognized me in that cell, and instead of staying silent, you gathered evidence, found allies, documented crimes. You chose truth over loyalty to corruption. That's leadership. Bo pulls a badge from his jacket. Effective immediately, you are acting captain of Arlington PD. Federal oversight will check your work over 6 months. If you show leadership, this acting role disappears and you become the first black captain in 50 years. The station erupts in applause. Some resist, but enough respect is there that Ty knows he won't lead alone. Ty takes the badge, hands shaking. Sir, I won't let you down. Elijah says, I know. 7 years ago, I told you integrity isn't convenient, it's necessary. You proved you listened. Now teach everyone here. Make it a culture, not an exception. Olivia Blake steps forward. Officer Blake, you're promoted to Detective Internal Affairs immediately. Your job is to make sure this never happens again. Find buried complaints. Investigate patterns. Hold people accountable before federal agents have to. The air feels lighter, like a weight lifted. Real justice isn't just punishing the guilty. It's restoring the innocent. That happens in a conference room where Julian, Kesha, Lewis, and James sit with federal attorneys who give them documents saying the government failed them. Certificates of exoneration. The attorney explains they're signed by the Attorney General. Federal level. No state can dispute. Records erased. Arrests never happened legally. They are officially innocent. Julian reads his certificate, tears blurring his eyes. My daughter can see her daddy wasn't a criminal. The government admits they were wrong. Yes, Elijah says gently. Your daughter knows with certainty her father is good, wronged by people who abused power. Truth is official and permanent. Kesha holds her certificate close to her chest. My kids have been in therapy for months. Can I show them this? To prove that mommy didn't do anything wrong, she asks. You can and should, Elijah says. Not only does it show they were innocent, the government also gives money for what happened. $4.7 million will be shared among the four of them. It can pay for doctors, lost work, therapy, and shows that what they went through mattered. Luis reads the paper about the money 3 times. It covers all the medical bills. My daughter's college fund I used for kidney surgery, he says. All of it, Helena confirms. The money also pays for pain, suffering, lost chances to earn, and permanent problems caused by what happened. The government is saying it failed, and now it's taking responsibility. James Murphy, wearing his Purple Heart, speaks last. I served 3 tours. This recognition matters more than money. It shows I was right to believe in the principles I fought for, even when the system failed me. You were right, Elijah tells him. You served with honor and deserve to be honored. What happened was the system failing, not a reflection of your worth or your service. Outside, reporters gather for a press conference to tell every community about what happened. People who were hurt by those who were supposed to protect them can hear the message. When Elijah steps to the microphone with the 4 victims, he knows this is bigger than just one corrupt department. It's about showing that accountability, being responsible for what you do, can exist. Bo begins, 3 men who abused power in federal custody will go to prison for many years. 23 victims are now cleared and getting compensation. A department is rebuilding with honesty. But the real question isn't what happened today, it's what happens tomorrow. Will we make accountability normal, not rare? Will we support good officers like Captain Thompson and Detective Blake who chose courage instead of corruption? Will we believe victims when they speak up, instead of waiting for proof? The crowd listens quietly. The bench where this all started is still in Riverside Park. Words carved into it from 1952 say, "White residents only." We could remove it, hide history, or leave it as a reminder, not of who we were, but how far we need to go. Because forgetting ugly history is more dangerous than remembering it. If we forget, the same kind of power abuse can happen again. Bo pauses. Make accountability normal. Film everything. Speak up. Always demand better, because having a badge doesn't make you right. Your actions make you right. Choosing to help people instead of abusing power makes you right. When authority forgets that truth, it's everyone's job to remind them, loudly and publicly, that in America, no one is above the law. No one ever. The crowd claps for the idea that justice is possible. Accountability matters. 3 men will go to federal prison. 23 victims are being restored. 1 department is rebuilding. Somewhere, someone watching will get the courage to film the next injustice, speak up, and make a difference. That is the real victory. Not the arrests, not the money, but courage spreading from this moment like ripples in water, going farther than anyone can see, but changing everything it touches. Justice served openly. That matters most. 3 years later, the Arlington Police Department looks different because it is different. Glass walls, modern training, and leaders who understand the difference between power and service. Captain Malik Thompson stands with 12 new recruits at Riverside Family Park. Before sending them out with badges and guns, he brings them here. The bench is the same stone, the same words from 1952, but now a bronze plaque is beside it. It says, "In memory of 23 victims. In honor of truth. Justice delayed is justice denied." FBI Director B. Mills speaks. 3 years ago. Ty begins. A good man sat on this bench reading a newspaper while waiting for his family. 3 officers attacked him, humiliated him, and forced him to his knees in front of 80 witnesses. Children cried, asking why the policeman was mean. A recruit asks, "What happened to those officers?" Derek Vance, 11 years in federal prison. Gordon Pierce, 18. Councilman Martin Kane, 23. They are still serving, Ty says. Another recruit nods. So, justice worked. Bad guys were punished. Ty's face changes. That's not the lesson. The lesson is this bench is still here. And anyone can sit on it now. Anyone. Because one man refused to move when told he didn't belong. Because 80 people refused to look away. Because 2 officers chose honesty over corruption. That changed everything. Not arrests, not trials, but courage. Ty notices movement. A black man in his 50s sits on the bench reading a newspaper. Julian Freeman spent 8 months in jail for drugs Derek planted. Now he is free, vindicated, and sitting where he belongs. Julian looks up, sees Ty, and smiles. Ty smiles back. Silent acknowledgement between survivors. Remember this bench, Ty tells the recruits. Your badge doesn't make you right. Your actions do. Your honesty does. Your choice to serve people instead of wielding power. If you forget, remember 3 officers who forgot. Remember where they are now. Choose differently. Julian reads peacefully. Children play. Families picnic. The park belongs to everyone now. Bose's voice echoes. Power fears cameras, courage, and truth. The bench is still there. Justice is still coming. Be on the right side. If this story moved you, please subscribe for more kind and powerful stories. Watch our next video for another unforgettable journey. And share this story with someone who needs it today.